Party time, Mom. Welcome to another episode of CPS. That's right. We'll come get your children. The Chad Prather Show. That's what it is. Go to where podcasts can be downloaded, streamed, all of that stuff. Go check it out. Do you listen to it on the way to work or on the way home? You get the opportunity to do that Monday through Thursday because Candace, the queen of the Ethiopians, is industrious enough and very thoughtful enough for your drive time concerns that she actually uploads the audio portion of the podcast at 3 p.m. Texas time, the only time that matters. So you can get it in the afternoon, right in time for you to go sit in traffic and just while you're cussing out other drivers, you can listen to us talk about the news and cuss each other out here in Studio 22. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's like we give you permission to just have the little rage machine going off in your head. And we're going to get into that today because we got crazy things going on in the world we can't wait to talk to you about. Can't wait to fill you in on just useless nonsense and our common sense commentary that goes along with it. Because the world's gone crazy, you might as well have some ideas on how to deal with it, how to discuss it. You know, Thanksgiving and Christmas are coming up, so you better go ahead and fuel the fodder because it's going to be a lot of fun when you get around family and you start having political discussions and what's going on in the world and geopolitics and Donald Trump and Nancy Pelosi and Elizabeth Warren and Focahonky and just all the fun stuff that you're going to get to talk about when your Aunt Mary shows up from Maryland and, she wants to tell you how wonderful Chuck Schumer is. Anyway, but the people who watch this show and follow, you know what? You're not dumb. You're not dumb. You're supportive, and I appreciate that, and I'm thankful for you guys. We're going to get right into this show. I want to encourage you, hey, come out and see me Friday night, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Going to be there. Star Spangled Banter, coming back through town. This is going to be the State of the Union address. If you've been to a show in Tulsa before, and many of you have, it's going to be some new stuff here. I'm going to lay it down on the line. Then we're headed up to Wichita, Kansas on Saturday night. I want you to come see that. Then coming back, we're going to be in Houston on Tuesday night and on Thursday night. Am I right, Steve? It's Thursday night. We're going to be in. It's on the 17th. Same night, Daddy Trump is going to be here in Dallas. We're going to be in Addison, Texas, at the Improv. So if you can't get into American Airlines Center, you don't want to go to a boring political rally. No offense against the president, but political rallies get a little boring. You can come hang out with us at the Addison Improv. The Eagles of Liberty, myself, Michael Loftus, Brian Hayner, Reno Collier, we're going to be there. And then I'm going to be down in Victoria, Texas, for some more Star Spangled Banter fun. We're there next week. And there's all kind of stuff you can find at watchchad.com. I want you to come hang out with us. But now I'm not running for office. I'm just having fun day in and day out here in Studio 22 because the Puppet Master Mark is driving this ship, and we are headed out into cyberspace today. Sarah Gonzalez is going to sit down in the hot seat party foul. Steve's going to sit in the pub, and we are going to hash out all the issues, some that you need to know about and a lot of them that you really don't need to, but we're going to have fun talking about them. So stay tuned. When I come back, we're going to be bringing it to you. The Chad Prather Show here in Studio 22. Come on, get you some. Yeah, I look like the Yellowstone dude today. Isn't that the name of that show? Rip Wheeler. Boom. Boom. I kill you. Rip Wheeler knock you out. Mama said knock you out. We'll be right back. Oh, look at y'all. Y'all are here. You surprised me. I had no idea we were on television today. My goodness, the Chad Prather Show coming at you. Look at you guys out there watching us on YouTube, complaining, criticizing, talking smack, supporting, encouraging. Takes all kinds of kinds. Has anybody ever told you that? You ever complain about somebody and then the people in your life are like, it takes all kinds of kinds?
No.
No, you never had anybody say that?
No.
I hate it when people say that to me. You need all kinds of kinds.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Oh, Lord, until those kinds get in your inbox. Let me tell you something. People are funny. They're so funny.
It's the way to put it.
It is a way to put it. The stuff they send you, the stuff they say to you, it's classic, man. But you know what? We got the best supporters. We really do. I mean, these people show up. I get the kindest words every day said to me in my inbox, in my comment threads, when we post things. And it's just, for me, it's been a crazy couple of months in that I have been just like too busy.
Yes.
You know how you get
when
it's just like too much going on?
Yes.
and you're just, but you know that you got to keep plugging and pressing and pushing through, because this is the thing that if you just keep on doing it, there's some good things that are going to come.
Yep.
And for me, I don't know about for you, but like for me, it's a passion. People used to tell me all the time back 2015, they were like, don't get into politics. Don't talk current events and don't get into politics. And I'm like, but I really enjoy that. And they're like, don't do it. It's career suicide. And then in 2016, when the election stuff was going down, Sarah, I said, I got to use this platform to say some things. And that's what I did. And the rest is history. And now I look back on it and it's like, I just don't know that it can be avoided today.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I was in the same boat. I still have my license, but I was an insurance broker.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have my firm, but it's more of I've swapped and I do politics now full time and I do the insurance stuff part time, because who's going to walk away from money? Okay?
I mean, I do.
But
yeah.
I mean, it's when it's your passion and it's what, you want to talk about, you can't censor yourself, especially when you already have that platform. Like, you had a platform.
Yeah.
How could you, in good conscience, if it's something that you're passionate about, how could you not use your platform to talk about it?
Well, it's funny because like my manager, Arthur, and we talk about him all the time out in L.A., who is, he's a conservative guy. He's a Trump supporter. He used to not. He was a big-time liberal, okay?
Has he come out as a Trump supporter, or are you
yeah,
outing him?
Yeah. He's lost a lot of like Hollywood friendships. And I mean, he's got a heck of a resume out there. And, he's always telling me, he's like, maybe take it easy. Like, if I ever had to get his approval before I ever did one of those truck videos or rants or anything I do, he would say, no. Yeah, don't tell that. Don't say that. I would never say anything if it were left up to him, because he tries to protect you. And I'm like, Arthur, they know who I am at this stage in the game. Yeah. They know who I am. And I love this country. I love America. I love this idea of this I love our Constitution. I believe it's the greatest document ever, second only to the Holy Bible.
Amen.
And I love our constitutional republic that we have here. I love the fact that we can get involved in politics and use our voice. I love social media. As much as I hate it, I love it. I hate things about it.
Yeah.
But I do love it because it just helps you reach out. These people, they want to, I was joking on the intro about people who want to send you these hateful messages and stuff. I'm like, I don't know you. You don't know me. You live across the country or around the world. But what a great platform to be able to bring people together. And it's made the globe so much smaller if we just would use it with more responsibility.
Yeah, because you said to bring people together. And I'm like, does it really bring people together?
Yeah.
I think that, and again, it all comes down to our responsibility when we use it, but I don't think that we've taken that responsibility seriously thus far.
And let me say something that I haven't said in a long time, but I've said it many, many times, and that is, it used to be that we would put our messages on walls, whether it was cave drawings or Egyptian hieroglyphics, and we kept the king's words, and we kept the poets and the philosophers and the priests, we kept and the prophets, we kept their words for posterity. Now we're still writing on a wall, but it's a digital wall, and we're keeping everybody's words for posterity, whether we have responsibility with those words or not. You can go look up the words of Plato and Socrates and Aristotle, and you could talk about the shadows on the cave wall and the things that they used as a philosophy of how you interpret the world. And we're talking about before Christ. You can read Julius Caesar's Gallic Wars, which were written 100 years before Christ. And you can go back and you can read those documents because they were worth keeping. Sun Tzu in The Art of War, these things that are ancient documents. And these days we got somebody that's posting a cupcake on Instagram saying, well, my cake fell and blah, 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 blah. You know what? You shouldn't be eating cake, fat ass. You ought to be doing it. I'm like, this is craziness.
Yeah.
Aliens hate us. They just pass us right on by.
I'm okay with that. Yeah. I always used to be scared of aliens.
You don't want no little booger alien coming in?
No, I don't need a probe. I don't need them coming in through my
Come
window.
On. Where's your husband, Steven? Steven, she needs a probe. Hey, Genesis 950 is my favorite. I love them. I've been cleaning up everything with Genesis 950. This stuff works, man.
It does. It really does.
Genesis 950. These people wanting to replace their carpets, don't do it. That's too expensive. You don't need to do that. You got pets? I do. You got pet stains? You got pet odors? I do. Genesis 950 is the way to go. Don't replace your carpets. Don't do it. Genesis 950. It's going to get rid of your pet stains. It's going to get rid of your pet odors. Take a little water. You put the Genesis 950 in the water. It's going to break down all the bonds, all the stains, all the odors, so they're gone for good. It's got an antibacterial component that's going to remove pet stains and odors from your carpet and even down deep into your padding. Probably even clean those hardwood floors that are down underneath all that stuff that you've been hiding for all these years. It'll do it, man. You can use it in your carpet cleaning machines. It's green. It's safe for your family and your pets. It's safe, folks. So, if you're tired of the pet cleaners that don't work, it's time to buy Genesis 950.
I'm a crazy cat lady.
You are a crazy cat lady.
It does work. I have it at my house.
I got a question about that. Doc, do you have, like, when you walk into the house, do you smell the cat litter?
No.
You don't have that?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, see, I used to, growing up, I had people that I went to their house every afternoon when I was a kid, and I can still to this day remember the smell of their litter box.
I can't do that. Well, those people were not using Genesis 950
No,
either.
they were not. Let me tell you something.
That's when the cat has actually gone outside the litter box.
Yeah.
Or you just don't scoop it.
Yeah. You got to scoop it.
Yeah.
You got to scoop it.
Yeah. We've got a cover.
Nasty.
It's not an open litter box, right? It is gross. It is gross.
We always had barn cats, and our one indoor cat, we had the same thing as you. And it was like, I couldn't handle that smell. If you got older stains or odors, you can use a larger ratio of the stuff here. And you take the Genesis 950, just put more of it in the water. But hey, it's not just about the pets. Entire house, bathrooms, kitchens, countertops, granite quartz, garage floors, oil and grease stains, your kid's mouth when they cuss, wheels, tools, upholstery. Yeah, put a little asterisk by my head. Don't put it in your kid's mouth. So before you get new carpet, try that Genesis 950. You can get it on Amazon, but don't do that. Go straight to genesis950.com. You're going to get a free spray bottle. You're going to get a discount. Get a discount when you use code BLAZE. Go to genesis950.com, genesis950.com. So I guess it's on in with the Kurds. You know, this whole thing in Syria. We knew when the president said, okay, we're going to pull our guys back. And we were talking about this. It's not that we have this idea like President Trump just pulled thousands of troops out of Syria and just left the Kurds, who are good people. They were our allies. They supported us quite a bit. And if you talk to anybody who was on the ground in Iraq, they'll tell you that the Kurdish people were some of the best people that they encountered.
Yes.
We're talking about 50 or 60. Correct me if I'm wrong on this. You know, and I'm talking to the folks watching or listening. We're talking about some special forces folks that they're just pulling back. They're just not on the border. And, of course, President Erdogan, how do you say his name?
Erdogan.
His name is Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Erdogan. He's Tayyip Erdogan. That's how we'd say it back home in Georgia. Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Erdogan. So he started a fresh offensive into northern Syria. Started yesterday. And we've already had civilians who've been killed on that. It's a sad deal. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Americans respond. Trump said some pretty big things. I hope that he does. Because you start getting into this stuff and you start leaving allies. And I get it. I get the logic behind it. I agree and disagree with all of it. But, you know, we saw some stuff where there was some film of, you know, these civilians are running, and we've already got a death count of civilians, and they're after genocide there.
They are. And I mean, it's frustrating because, you know, while you say, okay, it was only 50 or 60, you know, special forces, he just moved them. That's not really what's taking place, what the headlines read. But I mean, it was President Trump who tweeted out.
Yeah.
Right. That we're moving, or we're taking our troops out of there. They don't need to be in there. I mean, he was the one who presented the optics that, hey, we're leaving. We are leaving this region. We are leaving the Kurds to their own devices at the same time that we know that Turkey wants Kurdish genocide.
Yeah.
So it's hard because, well, I am not a warmonger at all. I don't like to be in, you know, I don't like that we're in other places. I don't want to intervene. I'm almost to the point where I'm just an isolationist, right? Like I don't want to be in other countries' business. Yeah. But you have allies for a reason, right? And so if you start saying, well, you're our ally, but we're going to leave you high and dry when the time comes, I mean, what's the point of having allies at that point? Because then nobody can trust you. Nobody's going to want to be your ally. And what repercussions do you have later on down the road because you've shown potential allies that you're my ally when it's good for me, but when it's not good for me, I'm not going to have anything to do with you.
And let me remind everybody that the animosity between these two people groups started long before CNN and Fox News started telling you about it. We're talking thousands of years generation after generation of, you know, you look at this and you're like, well, the Kurds are the good guys. Well, there were times when the Kurds were the bad guys. And these are the things. These people hold a grudge. They hold a grudge, man.
Yeah. But I mean, you know who Erdogan is, right? Like he has imprisoned, like, you know, media and political rivals. And I mean, he's quite clearly a dictator with evil intentions.
People are vicious.
Yeah.
You give them power, you see what you get.
Yeah. But you know what's frustrating about this particular situation is that there are all of these Democrats who are so, you know, over the top with their Trump derangement syndrome that they were totally for not being involved in any foreign affairs until Trump says, yeah, we're leaving this place. And then they're like, I can't believe Trump would do that. It's like, what is your standard?
Here's what I defy for all of them to do. Nancy Pelosi, here's what I want you to do. Nancy Pelosi, I want you to get there in front of the House as the Speaker of the House, and I want you to declare war, because you can do that in Congress. You can declare war against Turkey. You can declare war if you're Congress.
You can.
But you will not find a single Democrat that's out there willing to say, okay, let's get together as the House of Representatives and let's declare war against Turkey.
That's true.
They're not going to do that.
No, they just want to use Trump as like
Trump's the excuse.
Yes.
Trump's not a warmonger. Trump's pulling out. He says, look, how long we got to be in here?
Yep.
I mean, what's the end game? What is the end result?
Which I agree with.
Yeah.
By the way, before I get hate mail.
Yeah.
I'm voting for the guy, all right? Don't send me hate
We're
mail
all
because
voting for the guy.
I might criticize something that he does.
And that's okay. Well, look, we do that on this show. We criticize, we call it out where it is. And like, look, I hope you got a plan. I'm not in the Oval Office.
Right.
I'm not hanging out in the West Wing. I'm not an expert on Middle East geopolitical politics, you know, and all this stuff that's going on when it comes to war. But hey, I hope you got a plan because again, you know why we're humanitarians.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you don't want to see anybody dead. You don't want to see anybody killed. But again, we think about these things from the perspective of a first world American perspective and viewpoint. We'd have no idea what it's like to live in the Middle East and these people who have been at war for generation after generation. We don't know how that feels.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Mexican privilege.
I do.
I got white privilege.
I do. And woman
Party
privilege.
Foul Steve's got, he's appropriating everything he can appropriate.
Redneck privilege.
Hippie privilege.
Are you?
Is
You know
that
what you need to
hippie
do?
privilege?
You're just saying hippie because you have longer hair.
I'm a little hippie, a little redneck.
Okay.
He's a little free. He's a free
Do you believe in alternative medicine or essential oils?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Then you qualify for hippie. That's fine.
He'll
I go to
say,
a chiropractor.
I accept.
Some
That's
people
true.
say that's
That's true.
Steve will say yes to anything a pretty woman asks him. That's the bottom line. That is the bottom line. But hey, that's why he's him and I'm me. You know, anyway, let's talk about the things we're dealing with. Let's talk about the things we're dealing with over here. There's so many things like tanning.
What, first world problems?
Yeah,
We're talking about first world problems.
You want to talk
now.
about first world problems? Like there's a Ford dealership in South Carolina that if you buy a car from them, they're going to give you a Bible and an AR-15.
Love it. Love it. Oh man, if I lived there, I would totally go do that.
Do you go buy a car? Would you go buy a car to get you an AR-15?
Absolutely. Only because I've been wanting a new car.
Think about
lately.
it.
I've been wanting a new car.
You can
So
get
it's like,
one for $600. It's not
Yeah,
like
but
they're
if I
giving
want
you
a
I'm
new
in a
car-
car,
thousands
if I'm
of
car
dollars.
shopping,
right. If I want a new car already, I'm trying to get a new car, and someone tells me you're going to throw in an AR-15, I'm going to be looking at those cars.
I promise you're paying for it somewhere.
well, you probably are, but it's
Yeah.
a fun little thing.
It
And
is
I
fun.
love how the triggered people come out and they're like, well, I can't wait for the lawsuits when your company's held liable for a shooting.
I don't
They're
understand.
probably
That's
going
not
to give
their-
you a gift certificate for you to go to their buddy's gun dealership to buy them a gun.
Yeah,
from
I mean,
there.
it's like you still have to fill out paperwork. You're still like it's.
Well, I mean,
you're not
there's
just
still
like
a background check.
Here's your gun. Here
It's
you
the car,
go. Congrats.
The car dealership loophole.
Yeah, it's still you got to pass a background check, people.
that
Am I hung up?
caught right there.
How you like that? I'll stick every one of them in that file right there. I can do it again.
Oh.
There it is. That's what I think about it. Yeah, so there's tanning salons out there that are targeting gay men.
What?
Because they're opening their tanning salons in LGBT neighborhoods because they're trying to increase their risk for cancer.
Shut up.
Oh, yeah, this is real news in
Shut
America.
up.
See, this is the crap we deal with while the Kurds are being invaded.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We got gay
and we want to
guys
say
out
we're
there.
oppressed
Yeah.
over here.
Somebody sits around and thinks this stuff up.
Yeah, well, they
great
studied
point.
the census, Steve. That's what they did. They studied the census, and they found out that tanning salons were twice as likely to be found within 1 mile of a neighborhood where 10% of households were made up of same-sex male couples, compared with areas of less than 10%.
That's
Maybe
capitalism,
they
baby.
just like getting tans.
That's that's smart. That's smart business.
It's smart business. Gay
so
dudes want to be
smart.
tan. You know how? I'm not going to ask that question. You know how you get the creases like the white tan creases like in the crack of your butt and stuff, and in your thigh and stuff like that, because you don't lay right, or you don't open up your cracks and
spread
creases.
those cheeks.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, I guess gay dudes have the same issue, which is weird. But anyway, I mean, people. But isn't that funny? Isn't that funny that they say, okay, well, they're opening up tanning salons within a mile of gay communities? Well, does anybody at all have a problem with the fact that they continue to open up Planned Parenthoods within 85% of them are within walking distance of an urban community? Let me tell you, that's killing more people than tanning beds, you bunch of hypocritical.
And there's no reason to put a Planned Parenthood in a gay neighborhood. Just going with your logic.
Well, I mean, you were dovetailing, but I don't know that you were going with. So,
dovetailing.
But you're right.
What kind of phrase is dovetailing?
There's not a lot of reason there to put it like there's not a lot of gay couples getting abortions, are there?
Nope.
It's amazing how they're adopting or they're doing in vitro and they're doing all of these things and they're, stuff
they're
like
trying
that.
to
They're trying to
procreate.
have the babies, because life is apparently precious.
Depends on who you ask.
Well, I mean,
Ralph Northam, he's got like a over 50% approval rating. The Virginia governor, who basically said we should be able to kill a baby after birth if the mom wants to do it.
Yeah.
He's got a high approval rating. So depends on who you ask.
Apparently, the tobacco industry is also shown to market to high-risk communities like that, including the LGBT communities.
Do LGBT people have do they smoke at higher rates?
Yes, they do. I don't know. They're smoking something. Oh, let's see. That's interesting. Do you tan? Do you use tanning bed?
I do not do tanning bed. I do the self tanner. I do the lotion.
Yeah, the lotion. That's the way to go.
That's what I do.
That's the way to go.
Yeah. I will not. I do not want this neck area to look like I'm 70 years old.
I'm getting a facelift.
What are you talking about?
I'm getting a facelift. Mm-hmm.
Why?
Just because I can.
Okay.
Yeah. You're gonna make a little incision here.
I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to judge. My motto on plastic surgery is you only live one life. If you want to tweak the way that you look, go for it.
Did you see where the Brexit referendum triggered a man's psychotic disorder and fear of racial incidents?
I missed that.
Yeah, in the UK, this guy was in his 40s. He visited an emergency room in Nottingham, and so they described it as an acute psychotic episode, a psychotic disorder which can alter a person's perception of reality, affect their judgment, stop them from being able to communicate effectively and behave appropriately. Apparently, his mental health deteriorated rapidly after the Brexit referendum in June 2016. So it triggered him. He started having bizarre delusions. Yeah. Yeah. People
Sounds like a good excuse to me.
Brexit derangement syndrome.
Yeah.
BDS.
I don't I get into these stories. I read these things and it's just absolutely crazy. Like I can't people write like 2,000 words on this stuff. I mean, okay, so it's a person who got triggered by something in the news and it just freaked them out. Well, crap. I might be triggered right now. Somebody want to do an article? Call me. Call me. I got weird things going on. I mean, do you look at this stuff? Like, do you have compassion for these people that deal with that stuff?
No.
Like, I kind of don't either. I'm like, okay, you're a part of the human race.
Yeah. Yeah. No, one of my favorites is all of the articles that were published about couples who divorced because Trump got elected.
Or that needed to see a sex therapist because he was messing up their sex life.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're thinking about Donald Trump, you're having sex, man. Yeah. To that point, psychologists are now warning parents that climate change alarmists they're causing eco anxiety in children.
They are.
Well, I mean, it's scaring the out of these kids.
Look at
apparently.
Greta
Thunberg. Das der ganze Thunberg. All heroes are alive.
No, that is one headline that I
With the
completely agree with.
sounds of Thunberg.
Oh my God, here we go. Here we go.
Climate Psychology Alliance co-founder Adrian Terr has appeared in several videos informing educators, parents, and others on, quote, facing difficult truths about climate change and ecological crisis.
Oh, God. Okay.
The
well, you lost me there.
CPA,
You lost
the
me there.
Climate Psychology Alliance.
You lost me there.
Oh. CPA suggests discussion of reducing non-recyclable waste, wiser choices in food, and cutting energy consumption around the house. Yeah. So if my kid walks in and sees some trash that didn't make it into the recycle bin, like let's say, like Jade's big, like do you use the recycle bin at your house?
Yeah, we have one.
Yeah, we got one. We use one because Jade makes me. Like Jade will wash the plastic bottles out and then put it in there. Yeah,
I do it under protest. Like I've got a half a jar of pasta sauce, and I'm like, I'm not dumping
She's
this
an
out.
eco-terrorist, Jade. Like she'll go fish my stuff out of the trash, and like this is recyclable, and she'll wash it off. So that's why when I'm not letting her and Al Gore dictate my life. Like I pay a quarter of this mortgage, okay? I'll throw my trash where I want. I'm like, really, you're gonna pull this out of the garbage? And then she's got to snip her little Coke can deals or little plastic.
Okay, I appreciate
so
that.
the turtles
I don't want
and the birds
to choke.
This is September in Texas. I'm shooting all the birds. Bam! There it is. Take that, 12 gauge. Boom! Get on my grill.
But that's a more humane way to die.
I guess, unless I don't kill them outright, and then I got to go over there and knock their heads against the barrel of the gun. Yeah.
Is that what you do?
Of course, that's what you do.
Oh my!
There it is,
gosh.
and they're out, or you wring their necks.
What is wrong with you?
Call PETA.
I might.
It's what you do.
Oh,
If you
I could
shoot a
never do
bird,
that.
and let's say you wing it, and it's just out there going, looking at you with those big oil drop eyes, you pick it up, and you can hit it on the heel of your boot like that, or you can hit it on the barrel of your gun. Steve, am I lying?
You're not lying.
That's what you do.
Oh, did you feel bad the first time you did that?
No.
Then you pop its
I
breast
did have
out
a
with
friend
your
of mine,
finger
though.
and
Had a
maybe-
friend of mine years ago. He tried to wring his neck. It was the first time he'd ever been dove hunting, right? And so we told him, we said, well, just take the head, put it between your fingers, and just pop
God.
it like that.
No. Oh, no.
So he wanted to, he felt like it was being too mean to do it fast. So he was just like pulling on it, like slow, and it was still alive and blinking and looking at him. And the neck was like 6 inches long at this point, and it's just dangling still, just, looking at him.
Oh my God.
I love my new Joker laugh.
I'm not a fan.
I know. Alabama high school removes bathroom stall doors to stop kids from vaping.
Roll
You
Tide.
ever seen you an outhouse that ain't got no doors on it? What you gonna carve that little moon shape into? High school in Alabama.
It's hard to
smoking
poop.
in the boys' room.
Hard to poop when your buddy's looking at you.
Smoking in the boys' room, man.
You get some stage fright when you're
Yeah,
trying to poop
little
and your
bit.
Not
friends
me.
looking at you.
Let me tell you, I've been in some of the nastiest bathrooms on the planet. I can remember being in Moscow, outside of Moscow, in a little town called Zelenodorozhny. And then we were in the school there, and all they have is just these little grids, these little platforms for you to put your feet, and there's just a hole in the floor. And let me tell you something, it's just all over the place. There's
That's
no
the way
toilets.
it's done in a lot of countries around the
And
world.
it's just like an open shower, except there's a hole on the ground. You step up 2 steps, ding, ding, you're up there. Turn around, put your feet on the little tracks, and you squat right down. And it's wide open for God and everybody to look at you doing it.
Oh.
And, I mean, you don't want to talk about privilege in America, man.
No kidding.
no
Yeah.
toilet paper available.
There is no
There's-
toilet paper.
And America is concerned, the SJWs in America are concerned because they don't get free tampons
Yeah.
in the men's restroom
Yeah,
for the
but Greta
transgender men.
Thunberg had a child that's stolen from me. I mean, it's climate friendly. Just a hole in the floor and walk off. I mean, that's just boom. There it is. It's the way it goes, man.
That's a
Listen,
that's a
you know what we used to
compost
do?
right there.
You know what we used to do in Central America, Honduras, Guatemala? So we traveled down there. We would take Army duffel bags with us, right? And so we would take all of our medical supplies and everything
Okay.
down there, all the stuff that we would need. We take a lot of people down there with us. Everybody had their bag, their stuff, and everybody had to carry an Army duffel, right? So in what we would do is we would make sure that we carried a 5-gallon bucket and a toilet seat. That's all we had. was a 5-gallon bucket and a toilet
Just
seat.
the little seat.
Just the seat.
Okay.
Just the seat. And what we would do is you get you a little bit of water, you put it in the bottom of the bucket, you go in the little outhouse, because it's that or you can squat over a hole in the ground. And we would just sit on the toilet seat that was on top of the bucket, and that's what you do. But you got a little water in there that you know pooping right in the water, so then you can sling it out, and it don't scuff up the inside of your bucket.
It doesn't stick.
Nah, exactly, don't stick, right? Because trust me, you can eat some things in Honduras that's gonna make your poop stick.
Huh?
I'm telling you, man. Oh, I've lost weight in Honduras. Get sick down there. Thank God for Finnegan, man. Knock you out.
Add that to the list
and
of
then
things
the
I never
doctor's
needed
like,
to
"Hey,
know."
man, don't take that. The stuff that corks you up. Don't take that. What's the dadgum medicine? The over the counter stuff.
Pepto-Bismol?
No.
What are you talking
Stuff that tightens you up where kills your diarrhea. You know, they're like, don't take that stuff.
Imodium?
Imodium.
Yeah.
Don't take the Imodium. The diarrhea is your body trying to get it out, so let it go. And I'm like, well, how are we supposed to fly back home? Like, are we supposed to sit on a cork back there in Maine Economy on 29B? I mean, how are we supposed to do this?
I had an amoeba once in Mexico.
Yeah?
I got an amoeba.
I got dysentery in Nigeria. Lost 20 pounds in 3 days. I ain't lying. 20 pounds in 3 days.
So you were in a Nigerian hospital?
No, I did not. I was traveling with doctors, though. We were nowhere near a Nigerian hospital. They knocked me out with Finnegan, and I slept for 3 days after that. It was terrible, man. It was bad. And I had to keep going out to the outhouse all night long. It was brutal. So anyway, don't be smoking in the boys' room in Alabama because the high school took the doors off. They ain't going to let you vape. Don't be vaping, kids. That's Florence, Alabama, up near Muscle Shoals. WAFF 48 reported on this thing. Sneaking off to vape every day.
Did you hear that kids are now eating vape cartridges?
Yeah, I heard that. It don't make sense to me. I don't know what that's going to do for you. Stop putting things in your mouth, kids.
It's Tide Pods, vaping cartridges, same people who want us to lower the voting age so they can vote.
I know. You remember like when your kids were little? Like I remember they were like wanting to eat the Lincoln Logs and you just pop them in the mouth and the Lincoln Log go flying across the room.
I never did that.
And your kid's never been disciplined ever in his whole life. He's spoiled rotten. And that's why.
Excuse me.
No, don't even start with it.
He's so well behaved. Are you kidding me?
He's well behaved.
He's well behaved.
Well behaved because he gets everything he wants.
No.
What I'm saying is, I kid.
Oh,
Sawyer's,
hell no.
Sawyer's a good boy.
She about to take off that shoe.
He's a good boy. Hey.
I will kill someone with this shoe.
Look at that thing.
Okay?
Look at that thing. This scene right here is going to be on one of them Wiki Feet deals with Sarah Gonzalez. This
we gotta
dude
give him a good.
He keeps posting. Look at him. Look at him. This dude keeps posting pictures of her nappy feet.
I gotta give him the screenshot.
This guy said, "Could you low key send me a picture of your feet? Could you low key die?" It's crazy. Quit smoking,
give you
kids.
$10.
Quit putting stuff in your mouth.
Steve wants to sell pictures of my feet for money.
Yeah.
Wants to continue to sell.
Here's a fun one. The CDC, the Center for Disease Control, in Atlanta, Georgia. They want Americans to stop kissing and snuggling their chickens.
Oh, gosh.
This is a thing in America. What? This is a thing in America, Puppet Master.
What?
They want you, the CDC, this is where your tax dollars are going, America. They want you to stop kissing and snuggling your chicken because if you could get salmonella. People,
Shut up.
you know that. You got these. They had 1,003 cases of salmonella this year. 1,003 cases of salmonella across the U.S., including 2 deaths, because everybody, what they got is they got these pet chickens in their backyard, and people aren't washing their hands after they're kissing and hugging on their chicken, and then they let the chickens inside their house.
Oh.
And it's a real deal. The CDC's on this thing, man.
Chickens are not cuddly.
It's one of the most unusual. Don't kiss your backyard poultry or snuggle them and touch them with your face or mouth.
What? But what part of them are you cuddling?
A chicken in your backyard is the epitome of raw, uncooked poultry. Like that is the essence of uncooked chicken. And you kissing on it.
That's disgusting.
A chicken is nothing more than a rat with a good reputation, people. I'm telling you,
There's
they
nothing
nasty.
wrong with rats.
They nasty.
There's nothing wrong with rats.
Yeah, there is. They nasty.
They're cute pets.
Each poo-poo. They'll eat their poo-poo, your poo-poo, all God's poo-poo, all God's children's poo-poo.
Okay, but at least if they're in your home, they're in a cage.
Let me take you back.
Let chickens in your house. What do they do? Run around and
Yeah,
crap all over the place?
Yeah,
That's
because people are
disgusting.
gross. Let me tell you a story. Back talking about Honduras again. We used to be down there. We'd have those villagers come up there. We'd pull their teeth, right? We would work on them, do dental work on them. We'd pull their teeth, throw them teeth down on the ground. That's why I know a couple of Spanish phrases. You ready? Siéntese, sit down.
Yes.
Habla la boca, open your mouth. Escupe, spit. Because we did so much dental work down there. We pull those teeth out, throw them down. You know what? Little skinny chickens, they come around and eat the teeth. And that night, guess what was for dinner? Chicken and rice. Chicken and rice, Steve. Eating the same damn chickens that were eating the stuff right there. And every now and then you find you a little Mexican tooth or a Honduran tooth in the rice. It was gross.
It's pretty gross.
Chickens are nasty, man.
Yeah.
Chickens are nasty. But the CDC, don't hug on your chickens now. I don't know how many of you got chickens that are snuggling with you, sleeping with you. Don't do it. Did you know that scientists have created plants that produce breast milk?
Sorry?
Yep, human milk. It's a copy.
How does
Scientists have created breast milk from a plant.
Is it a milkweed?
Apparently. Look at Party Foul coming up with jokes. You got jokes. Apparently, it's like almond milk. How do you get almond milk, right? Show me where the nipple is on the almond.
There's no teat to
There's
milk
no
there.
teat on the almond.
No.
Like, I don't get it. But apparently, this soy milk, and all that, I don't know. So here's the deal. I'm going to read it to you because it's crazy.
Please do.
They've engineered the plants to produce an oil that has the same chemical structure of human milk fat, which is a major component of breast milk. Duh. So this is they wrote this up, the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. They carried out a Rothamsted research, one of the oldest agricultural research institutions in the world, in Harpenden, Hertz. See, first of all, I'm sort of glad that Turkey's invading because,
Here we go.
when you're done, can you go up there and get into some of these European countries that are doing all this weird crap? This research deal, new infant formulas, at present contain anything. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm reading it right. In an exciting development, the study could have implications for producing better infant formula, which is more quickly absorbed by babies. They're making us all vegans. That's what's happening.
No, I like that. I'm sorry. No, you know what? I'm not sorry. I like that because babies are supposed to drink human
Titty milk.
Right. Human breast milk. They're not supposed to drink cow milk. That's for baby cows.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to drink soy. That's what's best for them. So if they've come up with something that has the chemical structure.
We just talked about that on an episode. It may not have come out yet, but I did a whole thing, and you heard me about how milk is bad for you.
It is. It's terrible for us.
It's horrible.
We don't drink
Your
it in our
body kicks
house.
it back.
Yeah. And a lot of people are like, oh, I have all of these digestive issues. Usually it's because they're intolerant of the milk and they don't realize it.
I think
so
if they
I'm
could,
good. I'm okay with that.
If they
I
could
like
figure out a way to get milk out of a marijuana plant, that's big business, Steve. Get on that.
I don't
okay?
think they need to get milk out of it. I think they're good with what they're getting out of it.
Yeah.
I think the THC probably tops the milk.
The same structure. Virtually all other organisms don't have fat with the same structure as human milk fat. No plants do, and very few yeast, fungi, or microbes do either. My hope is that if we can find cheaper methods to produce fat that more closely resembles the structure of human milk fat, then it will be an ingredient more widely used in infant formulas at a lower cost, could improve infant formulas in the future. So, hey, maybe you're right.
That.
Maybe it's a good thing.
I love that.
Maybe it's weird. It's fun to make fun of, but maybe it's a good thing.
Thank you.
So don't invade them, Turkey.
It's not as weird.
Erdogan, stay out of Rotterdam, and Kearns and Hertz.
That would be the Kurds.
Do you think that Xi Jinping looks like Winnie the Pooh?
Absolutely.
He really does,
Yeah,
doesn't he?
he does.
He gets pissed off at that.
I would too if I looked like Winnie the Pooh.
But he gets pissed off when people point it out.
Well, would you want people pointing
Xi
it out?
Jinping. I loved when George H.W. Bush used to troll Saddam Hussein.
Saddam Hussein.
Because you know that he was sitting over there going, my name is Saddam. How does he not call me Saddam? They know he is Saddam. Saddam.
But he also said nuclear.
Nuclear. Well, W did that real good.
That's a tough word.
Like, why would
is
you
it?
put... Yeah. He can't even
really
say
not.
escalator. He calls it an escalator.
Say it.
I just said it for you, Sarah.
I can say nuclear, but I have to think about it.
Nuclear. That's how it's spelled.
Nuclear.
There's not another U in there. It's nuclear.
Good news for
But
you.
You're saying it. You're not reading it. If you're reading it, it's a little different.
Here we go.
Yeah, they should have never put the word nuclear in a George W. Bush teleprompter.
Nope.
I mean, like the man couldn't even read
Leave it out. They put it in on purpose.
Nuclear.
I love him.
Yeah. Do you?
I do.
Do you?
I didn't love him as a president. I love him as a person.
Spending
I look
was
at
out
him,
of control. I'll give you that.
Yes. No, I didn't love him as a president, but like I just look at him and I want to pinch his cheeks and have a beer with him or something. He just seems like he'd be a cool grandpa.
I can tell a secret about him that I'm not going to tell.
You can't just say that and then not tell us.
He likes the F word.
Really?
Big time.
I
He
like
likes the
it.
F word.
I
He
like
likes the
it.
F word.
He likes Ellen DeGeneres too.
I read his book.
I mean, who doesn't really?
Yeah, I know. I like her too.
Do you?
Yep.
Do you?
No, he felt like he had to say that now.
Yeah.
Look at him. Look at him.
Ellen DeGeneres is a total phony. She wouldn't piss in your ear if your brain was on fire.
Surely she would.
She doesn't care about you, party foul, not a bit.
Between her and Oprah, imagine the stuff they could give me.
The stuff they could give
They
you.
could
See,
give
that's
you.
what you're into it for, right there. But that's funny now with the Ellen DeGeneres thing because she got totally bombasted for sitting next to W. But nobody ever came out and like criticized W for sitting next to her. Now, isn't that an interesting little turn right
Nobody
there?
on the right really cares who you
No.
Nobody cares.
No.
I mean, there's
because
a few,
I don't care
maybe,
if you
but-
sit with Ellen. I don't care if you sit with Lady Gaga. I don't care if you sit with, name somebody we don't like. Lena Dunham. I don't care if you sit with them. I'd sit with Lena Dunham.
Would you?
Yeah, why not? If it's a good seat at the Cowboys game,
Okay, that's fair.
I could get drunk enough to like Lena Dunham.
That's fair.
Samantha Bee.
A beer with Obama.
As long as Lena Dunham keeps her clothes on.
Ugh!
She starts taking her clothes off, I'm out.
Golly, it'd make me want some of that plant titty milk again. Ugh. It's nasty. Instagram, this is good news for you, Sarah Gonzalez. Instagram's rolling out a new feature. It's a stealthy little filter. It gets rid of the comments from cyberbullies. And it'll, so like if people are sending you the stuff about like your feet and like, hey, sexy time, show me your feet.
Yeah.
I like those. If I get them,
Steve,
send them.
no one wants to see your feet.
What the feet requests?
Or, I mean, if they sent me some kind of message like that, I would.
Like
If they sent
he's
me,
pretty
if
or-
they sent me, excuse me, Steve, you're not esteemed enough to be on Wiki Feet, okay?
My feet are coming out.
You wear enough Louboutins, and guess what? Maybe you'll be on Wiki
You could
Feet.
be on Wiki Feet too.
It was weird. I got shared on something the other day. I don't remember what it was. And let me tell you, the gay men came out in full force. I mean,
For
like,
you or against you?
For me, yeah, they were.
Oh, yeah.
I've told the
Okay.
story over and over because I love all the gays. I love the gays. I love all of my man gays that are out there. You know who you are.
Not the woman gays?
You know who you are. You seem like they're okay, but you know, I love all the gays. I don't care what you do. But let me tell you, and I say that of course tongue in cheek because I got so many gay friends that on the down low they want to hook up. And that's just a thing that I deal with. And I love y'all. I'll kiss you right on the mouth. You know I will kiss you right on the mouth.
Wow.
Little slip of tongue. I'll do it.
Oh.
I don't care. I am confident in my manhood. I don't care. Now I will not kiss a chicken and I will not snuggle with raw poultry, but I'll kiss a man on the mouth. I've done it.
With
Party foul
tongue?
Steve.
That
Party
one
foul
time.
Steve.
That one time.
It was
yeah.
one time. But let me
Just
tell
the
you
one
point I'm
time
gonna
doesn't make you gay.
Like I can remember, like I have guys that send me messages quite regularly,
Mm-hmm.
and they're fans or whatever, and they're talking about, I've got one that calls me his Facebook boyfriend and stuff like that. And then I had one guy who was like, if you'll meet me in Denton, Texas, I will give you the best that you've ever had in your life.
Shut up.
He did. And it was not the best. I'm just saying it way better. I've had way better than. And so I mean, he was kind and
False
gentle, but
advertising.
I've had better.
False
yeah.
advertising.
So anyway, well, that's good. That's great. That's great. Shadow ban it. Just censor
I don't
all
like. No,
conversation.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either.
I don't
That's
like
why
that.
I'm
I
saying
want
it.
to see my. I like
I
seeing my
want to hear
criticisms.
what gay men have to say to me.
I like hearing all the criticisms. I do. It gives me fuel.
Oh my gosh, stuff's going on. Did you hear that? The people that are like building the robots in the UK, they're sabotaging the robots so they won't take their jobs.
What?
Yeah, that's what they're doing. New studies found that the UK, the less accepting of workplace tech, is less accepting of workplace tech when compared to other countries. According to the Telegraph research by Montfort University, de Montfort in Leicester found tensions between humans and workplace robots created because British employers don't explain why they're using them. So they don't like them, so they're sabotaging them. I don't know if they're hitting them with a hammer or cutting wires or what they're doing. They don't want the robots. They're afraid they're going to take their jobs. And, of course, the powers that be say, Oh, they're not going to take your jobs. Of course they're not.
Yeah.
Fire them.
That might be kind of cool. I could have a robot just sit over here and.
You know what else? Talk about censorship. Let me tell you. You want a robot?
Yeah,
you want one of
take
those
your
sex
place?
robots, don't you, Steve?
Oh gosh.
Who doesn't?
I'm not a fan of the idea of something that could squeeze you to death.
Oh yeah.
If it decides that it's showing you affection.
If it gets a conscience.
Did you see?
No, that's like a thing.
Did you see that there? Yeah. That there were also sex robots who are being programmed to make sure to give consent.
Yeah, you got to ask for permission. See, so you spend $10,000 on a robot, and you still got to get permission, Steve. Matt Lauer would never be down for this. It's wrong, man. Like if I paid for it.
If you marry her, she's gonna be too tired.
But no, here's the thing. Like, okay, let's say you buy a prostitute. That's a sure thing, right?
Right.
Like if you go to Vegas and you hire a prostitute, like I'm supposed to get what I paid for. Right?
I don't know.
Oh, you scared now? Oh, you piss off the Jews and the Catholics, but you're scared to talk about a robot.
I don't want to offend the hooker community.
Party time, Mom.
Your hooker fans.
No, I know. See, you don't want to offend anybody that's going to give you anything. Catholics and the Jews, you don't realize how much they give you.
They gave me. I have a Catholic wife, so hey.
Yeah, that's what she is. So.
But they don't recognize our marriage.
No, do they not?
They do not.
Do they not? The only thing Catholic about your wife is how much communion wine she
That's
drinks.
right.
Okay? That's a fact,
That's
bro.
why I went to church with her, because they drank.
I know.
So.
Oh,
And
boy,
gamble.
howdy.
They have casino night.
You might as well just have a Mexican wife.
Yeah. They'll
I'm
cut
right
you.
here.
They have casino night. I love it. Oh, send your hate mail to steve@watchchad.com. I don't even care. But no, I mean, you got to get consent from your robot mistress or whatever
that takes
that
all
is.
the fun out of it.
Yeah. I mean, you remember blow-up dolls that used to come to the house and you're like... and you got to watch it like unfold and come to life and God forbid your roommate walks in this has never happened to me. But
Totally, never.
You really described that
I
very
just
well.
heard from a friend
yeah.
that this is what happens.
And her mouth's in that that position. We all know. You've all seen it.
Some of us more firsthand than others.
And you got to get up your nerve. Like now you can order all this crap off the internet. Used to be you had to go in the store and actually ask for it.
That's
Like,
true.
yeah, I'm going to take some of this and some of this. And, oh, what's that up on the shelf up there? You know, I think I'll have me one of Oh, that looks interesting. How much is that? $300? Okay, I think I'll do that.
I'll get the big one on the top shelf.
The Great American Challenge. Party time, Mom. I don't know anything about all that. But yeah, but no, those robots, man. Apparently there was a system flaw in them. They can squeeze you to death.
Yeah.
You can't get them off of you.
That's how it ends.
Yeah.
Steve's like, that's how I want to go out. Cyborg 2018.
I just can't imagine, them finding you and you're,
Yeah, she's still holding on.
Still hanging
or
on.
she's sitting over there smoking a cigarette going, he couldn't perform. Yeah. It's
now
funny.
I'm turned on.
It'd be mine. Like I'd buy one of those robots, and she'd be like, "I'm on my period."
I have a headache, honey.
Like,
not
what are you
tonight.
leaking? Hydraulic fluid? It's ridiculous, man. Like I got plants that are giving me titty milk. I got robots that are menstruating. The hell world we living in, man? And we just thought that dudes that want to be chicks was weird.
You just don't want to get Matt Lauered.
It's crazy, man.
Party time,
Ask for
Mom.
consent. Facebook's hiding your likes, by the way. They're trying to do that. They're doing it in Australia because they want to improve well-being. They're hiding your like counts. Don't you hide my like counts,
What? Don't hide
How does
Zuckerberg.
that
I-
improve well-being?
Because it says we're going to gather feedback to understand whether this change will improve people's experiences. Because they hope that it's going to make users feel more comfortable to share things on the platform because it should feel less like a competition. So in other words, if I get 10,000 likes on something because I have 4 million followers, well then, Party Foul shouldn't feel jealous because he got 17 likes and he's got 1,800 friends.
If I only got 17 likes within a certain amount of time, I'm deleting that post.
I'm getting off of Facebook.
Do you really do
Yeah,
that?
I've done it before.
No.
I'm like, I probably shouldn't have posted that. Nobody likes it. Or
Don't
they're
do
not
that,
seeing
dude.
it.
I've told you that's bad because Facebook doesn't want you deleting things.
Yeah,
They
you
look at
can't
that
do
kind
that.
of
That's
stuff
been
and
a
they'll
long time
penalize
ago,
you
but
later
Yeah,
on.
man.
I've done it before.
Facebook, every time we, on Political Cowboys Facebook page, we put the Blaze media links on there, blaze.com, and let me tell you, I keep getting tagged. They're saying we're using clickbait. We're not using clickbait at all. We're giving you the news article that's there that goes along with the thing. So stop it, Facebook. Quit it. There's a reason we put the podcast over onto YouTube. Because they're killing us, man.
Well, I also love, isn't this also a low-key admittance that, like, their platform is causing problems with people's esteem?
And also wanting you to feel more comfortable, not only on the competition thing. We want you to share more.
Yeah.
We want you to share more.
Yeah.
Well, the more likes we get, the more you're going to share, right?
Makes me feel better.
Unless you are someone who's sharing stuff that people aren't liking.
It's a little euphoric.
Then you just
to
go
get
jump
likes.
off a bridge, apparently.
Can you imagine posting something and no one cared about you and you didn't get any likes?
I can't imagine
Steve,
that.
I got
Facebook.
one more story. One more story, Steve, and this is what we need to do to some people in our life.
Oh, gosh.
There's a couple.
Cut them out?
There's a couple.
Sorry.
What?
Cut them out of our lives?
Stop talking. Couple says that hackers took over their Google Nest and they raised the temperatures in their home and blasted vulgar music. This is Milwaukee, man. Hackers broke into their smart home devices, raised the thermostat, and blasted vulgar music. This person said, it gives me the chills just talking about it.
I can look at my living room right now. Everybody can do it from their phones these days.
But what happened? Somebody started speaking to them through their kitchen security camera. Hey, you cooking?
That's funny. I can do that at my house. I can talk. If they're in the living room, I talk to them.
I know. I was trying to get your wife to flash me the other day, and she was walking through the den. She wouldn't do it. If you hadn't been sitting there at the airport bar with me, I bet she would have.
Probably.
Wow. Yeah, do you not think that these things are listening to your information and paying attention to your conversations
all
and
the
stuff?
time?
Of course they're listening.
All the time. I try to unplug it when I'm not.
Yeah, it's a deal. It's a listening device connected to your internet. Do you think that watch the Snowden movie. You think the NSA can't go in and look at you through your computer, through the camera that's there, through your cell phone? I think about that sometimes when I go out of town, and my pattern is as soon as I get into a hotel room, whatever city I'm in, like I got to feel the space, so I got to take off all my clothes, and then sometimes I just lay there and be checking my Twitter, and I'm like, the camera's looking right at my junk. Where you at, Edward Snowden?
That is a weird.
And he answers
the door. Because they can see you.
Butt ass naked.
That's a weird routine that you have.
I do. I got to get naked. I got to feel the space. I got to get my feng shui going.
You can feel the space without having
I gotta
your
get
junk
naked.
out.
Got to take me a little poop because
mark your territory.
You got to get in there. Steve's got to go take a shower. Then you got to lay on the bed naked for a minute. It's kind of weird. I really don't do those things. So anyway. But hey, the dude even changed his password, and the invasion continued. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
That's a pain. Did you hear about our buddy Rich Wilkins? What happened to his wife?
I heard that her Instagram got hacked, but I didn't hear.
And they held it hostage. They
wanted her to pay money?
They wanted to pay money to give it back, so she just started a new deal. Where was it, Steve? Like Saudi Arabia?
Saudi Arabia?
Yeah,
and they
somebody
were holding
hacked her
hostage
Instagram.
for money, and then they ended up deleting it. They deleted her everything. 23,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah, she had a good following. Yeah. How much did they want for it? Do you know?
$1,000.
1,000?
I think that's right.
I would have paid that.
You would have paid it? I wouldn't have paid it. Screw them.
1,000? That's not that much money.
It's not that much money for me and you. We're wealthy. It's
it's
a lot of money for me. I'm not wealthy.
But
please buy Blaze Media merch.
But that's a lot of work to build up a following.
Oh, and by the way, if you want to advertise on the Chad Prather Show, guess you what? I got some folks. Guess you what? I got some people you can talk to that we can set that up. Capitalism is great.
Chad Prather will advertise whatever you want.
I know.
For money.
I was advertising some folks and having a good time with it. And then, I hate it when I find a good company that I like, and then they're like, oh, well, we're just going to do a little trial for a little while. And I'm like, okay, I love this product. I love this. Then they pull out, and I'm like, we were having fun together.
I hate it when they pull out.
Speaking of pulling out.
Anyway, don't get hacked, people. Don't get hacked. That's just some of the crazy news that's out there. Find me on tour. I told you, tomorrow night, Tulsa, Oklahoma. We're going to be in there bringing the laughs, hanging out in Tulsa. And then afterwards, guess what we're going to do, Steve? We're going to the Rooftop Bar. My favorite place. My favorite place in Tulsa at the Mayo Hotel. I love that Rooftop Bar, man. It's a cool
You just
spot.
told everyone where you're going to be.
I'm going to be there. Oh, come on. It's going to be after party. I'll tell them from on stage. We're going to be at the Mayo.
I got some
Rock and
other fun stuff coming out tomorrow too.
Yeah, you're going to be on the Matlock show. Having some beer for brunch.
Beer for brunch, co-hosting Matlock show every Friday until he fires me.
You know what I smell when he talks? I smell Matlock on him.
Yeah.
I smell it on his breath.
I do too.
Hey,
It's kind of weird.
I do too.
Yeah. And
they come to me.
they do. I know
give
they
it to
do.
'em.
I know. You're a whore. Saturday night, we're going to be in Wichita, Kansas. Come hang out with us. What's the name of that theater? The Orpheum?
Orpheum.
We're going to have a good time out there. And then, of course, next week, Houston, Addison,
Woo, woo.
Victoria, Texas. Come on, folks. Hang out with us.
I'll be in Addison.
You coming?
I gotta
Coming to the
come.
show?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Come on, girl.
I'm coming.
Nobody needs to go to a Trump rally. Y'all know what he's going to say.
Well, that's why I was like, I was planning on
know what
going
he's
to the
gonna
Trump
say.
rally.
Yeah,
And
sure.
I wanted to do a man on the street video. I had it all planned out. And then I looked at the calendar and was like, oh.
And hey, to be fair, we had Addison planned before
Way
Trump.
before, yeah.
Way before. I mean, that was on the calendar. So Michael Loftus, Brian Hayner, Reno Collier, me, we're going to be there. Addison, also down in Houston. So the Improv Comedy Club, come over there, hang out.
Don might swing by. You never know.
Hey, we got Don
That's
Jr.
what I said. What are they doing after the rally? We don't know. We don't know who's going to
You
show
never
up.
know.
They might show up.
Yeah, DJ TJ is coming on this show here pretty soon. Don Jr. Yeah, so we had that conversation yesterday. So
Hook a sister up.
we'll see. We'll see.
Oh, okay.
We got man things to talk about.
Oh,
Man
okay.
things. Let's go to dinner. Let's go
do
to
it.
the ranch where we
Let's do
go
it.
have us a proper drink and talk about all this crazy stuff and pray we don't get shadow banned from inappropriate comments that we make on Instagram. You guys are the best. We can't grow unless you share it. You got to share the podcast. Take the link right there. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a button. It says share. You got to share it and put it on all your socials. Tell your friends about it because there's people out there that just need this kind of nonsense in their life every Monday through Thursday afternoon. And Ian is Sarah Gonzalez, the host of the news and why it matters, and also Sarah Gonzalez Unfiltered on YouTube. Go right now and subscribe to that channel if you really want to get the truth. Corn Papa's a bad dude, and he ran a gang of bad boys. And that's all anybody
Corn
needs
Pop.
to know. We'll talk to you on Monday. We love you. God bless. Talk to you then. Bye.